Okay, hey guys. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to easily, the basic and easy way of spreading and flipping cards. So I'm going to break it down step by step, the fingering and then the pressure you need to apply, and then fancy ways to do it, and then how to flip the cards. So this tutorial will probably be maybe 7 or 8 minutes, I'd say, maybe less, but I am going to go step by step, the easy way, teaching you how to do this. Once again, sorry for the problems with the computer, if you can't hear it very well, or if it's muffled, or whatever the reason is. So, you need a deck of cards. Bicycle works great, but any of them will do fine. You just need sort of glossy new cards. So, fingerings. There is 2 ways, but also you can sort of play around, see how you prefer it. But let me just come around to the other side of the camera and I'll show you the exact fingerings. So basically you can have it where 2 ways, okay? You can have 2 ways. One way is to have your thumb on the back, right there. And then you have your index finger on one side, on the top, middle, and ring, and on the opposite side is your pinky. Sometimes the pinky isn't actually touching the deck, it might be up, whatever. But once again, thumb and back, index on side, on top is middle and ring, and then pinky right here. So that's one way. Second way is to have your middle finger move to the side with your index, and then your pinky is wherever. But that way is your thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. I prefer it that way only because when I spread the cards, I like to feel the pressure I'm applying to make sure I'm doing it correctly. But it's really a matter of opinion. You can play around to see if you prefer any other ways. So, how you do it is you don't want to apply too much pressure, but you don't want to apply too little. It takes a really long time to get this. This is the beginner's way, but you can play around with it, and it took me a very long time to learn how, but now I can do it very well. I recommend practicing a few minutes each day. Eventually, you'll get it. Just practice hard, but I mean, like I said, practice makes perfect, and it took me a very long time to get, as it takes most people. So yeah. So, can you see that? You begin here, and having your finger in the motion, I like to have my bunny fingers, as I'll call them, on the side. That way, when I push, you sort of let go of the cards. I feel them. Now in slow motion it's very hard to do. I'll show you in fast motion in a second, but I'll break it down to the steps. So you begin here, and you loosen your grip. A lot of times my thumb, ring, and pinky won't be on the deck, which is fine. That's my preference. You can play around with it. And then you just let go of the card until you reach the end of the deck. So in fast motion, there aren't as many mistakes, but it looks more like that. Okay? And then in a second I'll teach you how to flip the cards. You aren't there quite yet. Then you gather up your cards. Once again, you loosen your grip and let go cards. As you can see, I have a habit just keeping my bunny fingers on there, my middle and index. I normally don't have my thumb, ring, and pinky. That's just suggested, but it's totally up to you. And you just loosen your grip. So, that's to spread the cards, so practice that. And then, also, if you, after a very long time, just can't get that, you can just, this is more of the flipping process. If you don't care how to spread it, to flip it differently, well, I'll just teach you that in a second. So, you learned how to spread it, practice that, and then to flip it, you don't get the last card you did because there's nothing there to flip. You put the first one you got down, and I don't know if you can see it. Let me respread it. See there? Yeah. Alright, so you get that card, and in slow motion it's hard, but you just apply pressure by pressing down that card, and then they turn upside down. As you see, they flip like that. So in fast motion, looks like this. You can flip it back if you want. So yeah, so you can begin little. I recommend spreading little and then flipping little, and then once you get the hang of that, you can do a super long one, which you can't see, but it's spread all throughout. Oops. It's spread throughout the whole board, and then flip it. A lot of times it will go like that. Now, a few tips spreading, and then we'll get more into depth on the flipping process. When you spread, if you go too hard, they're either gonna get all crooked, or you're gonna have huge gaps, or some cards you won't even be able to let go to. Now, on the other hand, if it's too light, what will happen is the cards, sort of the same thing, they'll just keep dragging with you, and they won't stick how they need to. So you want to play around with it, and then practice that to get the hang of it. And you will get the hang of it, I guarantee you. So now, for the flipping, that one way I was going to show you was, if you lay out the cards, how a perfect spread should be. Okay, you lay out the cards. That's not very perfect, but you get the point. You can practice flipping. If you're having trouble flipping, you don't really care about spreading, you get that card, and with little amounts, you flip over the cards. Then, you start with a few cards, and then I recommend getting half of the deck, working your way up to 3/4, and then the whole deck. So, if you don't care about the spreading process, if you do care about the spreading process, do the whole maneuver. But you can just do a little area and flip and spread. But if you really want to, you can do a huge area. Now, really fast, I'm going to teach you how to do a curved sort of thing, where you begin, if you have your hand, normally when you spread, your hand is sort of like that, and your arm is right above it, right? Well, you have it keeping your hand straight. Well, on the curve, you need to know how to do that, because basically what you're doing is, when you go around, your hand is changing position. If I let go of the cards, really what your hand is doing the whole time is it's just spreading. So it's basically going like that, okay? The thumb wouldn't be in the same spot, but just as an example. If you do it in slow motion, it looks sort of like that. As your hand, your wrist is twisting, okay? So you begin with your hand back, and then you spread up and around. Get it like that. The flipping process is pretty hard. I can't get it very well. Sometimes, oh man, it was really close there. Alright. But, on that, you can't really have it too small. You can have it a little rainbow sort of shape like that, and practice flipping that. But practice spreading in a straight line first. Then you can spread curved. Then you can, like, make letters spreading. I think I've done, like, cool stuff like that before. Like a Z. I'll quickly show you a Z. Sort of like that. And then sometimes it will flip. Let's see. Yeah, it flipped. That's pretty cool. So, you could also do a C. I have to be in a different position, but sort of like that. And just play around with it. You'll eventually get the hang of it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you've learned a lot. And I appreciate you watching. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Or recommendations for other videos that I can make, or more in-depth stuff. So just let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. Thumbs up there. Can you do that? Yeah, thumbs up. And rate it 5 stars. And subscribe. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Alright, bye.